You all right, darling? Well, what was it then?
What?
Oh, you wanted to tell me something.
Did I?
Oh, yeah, you said it was important.
Don't matter.
Oh, I wish you'd make up your mind. Well, you want to tell you?
Don't bother me one way or the other.
Well, there's nothing on there anyway, eh? What was all that with Dan Watson?
Nothing. Just talking.
I think I can guess what it was about.
Do you?
Well, you doing your Samaritan work, innit, eh? Over his missus. Messed her about when she was here, now I suppose he's missing her. That's what they say, don't they? Don't realise what you got until it's gone.
Jim, I need to tell you something.
That's all right, love. Is that about earlier? Forget about it. Just part of being married, isn't it? The old cut and thrust of domestic bliss, eh?
Oh, this had better be good. I just want a bath. Well?
Sit down.
I'm sorry. Did you get a dog while I was away?
I'm beginning to think this was a bad idea.
But you didn't have the same thought when you were crumpling someone else's duvet.
I don't want to slang you, Max. I asked you over here to talk.
Oh, don't worry, Den. Can't have a battle of wits. You're unarmed.
Oh, you're enjoying this.
Not yet. But I will be when you beg me to come back.
You'll have a long wait. Take the weight off your feet.
Why did you call me?
The Samaritans were engaged.
Bye.
What if I did?
What? Beg?
Oh, no, I'm not falling for that one.
What?
Give you an inch, you take the M25.
Shame.
Why?
Might be pleasantly surprised.
Oh, can't live without me, eh?
There's only one way to find out.
Come back.
Now, that's not technically a beg, is it?
Okay. Please come back.
Get stuffed.
Ouch.
Ah. You want me to kiss it better?
Oh, no, thank you. Very difficult to whistle without a bottom lip.
You finished? Can I go now?
We've only just got here.
Yeah, well, your begging isn't up to scratch. And like I said, I had just run a bath.
I thought we could work things through.
Yeah, well, I'd like to know if Brad Pitt wears anything in bed. We can all dream.
I made a mistake. It won't happen again.
Oh, dear. You're boring me now.
Oh, I've never done that.
Well, there's a first time for everything, isn't there? See, the bloke I knew in Spain was funny, sharp, kept me on my toes. All you done since I got here is stick your hands in your pockets, sigh and look at the ceiling.
Well, things were different there. I had less to worry about.
Well, other than having to pretend you were dead, you mean?
I'd settle for that rather than this grief.
Well, you've got no worries, have you? You are old, free and single. Good luck.
Is that it?
Well, what do you want me to say?
I don't know.
Oh, look at you, Dan. Why do you do this to yourself? You can't live like normal people, can you? You just lurch from one disaster to the next.
Sometimes when you're sitting in the frying pan, the fire looks a lot more inviting.
But it's not just what you do to yourself. It's the others you drag down with you. Sharon, Dennis, Vicky. They're all screwed up in one way or another, and do you know why?
I blame the parents.
And there you are, still cracking the jokes. But no one finds them funny anymore, Den.
Well, you should see me down the post office on pension day. They can't get enough of me. You can't solve all the world's problems on your own. That's what makes you ill. I mean, you're worried about Sonia, all that stuff with Paul, and then tonight you're sitting over there trying to sort out them Watts.
Yes, but...
You take on too much, love. No wonder you're under the weather. You've got to start thinking about number one. I mean, you're working over the laundrette, running around after that vicar, trying to sort everyone else's problem. It's time you learnt to say no.
You're not listening to me. I'm trying to tell you something. Something important. I've been to the doctors because I've been having a few problems.
What sort of problems?
Well, they don't matter. What matters is what he said. I didn't tell you because I didn't think it was nothing. But then when he told me, I didn't know what to do. Not at first. So I kept it to myself.
Hey. Whatever it is, it can't be that bad. Was it that letter you got from the hospital?
Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I should have told you.
Tell me what?
I got cancer.
I saw you from the window.
Cab's going to be 20 minutes.
It's warmer inside.
Not from where I was standing.
I should have come over to talk, not kick lumps out of each other.
And I came because I was curious. Curious to see if you'd finally drop the act. See if you could be honest with yourself for once. But you can't, can you, Den? You're still snarling at the world and expecting everyone to love you for it. Well, not me. Not anymore.
What do you want from me?
I want you to stop thinking that you can work me. That I'm a problem you can sort out with a bit of schmooze.
I don't think that.
Come off it, Den. Your ego's so big you think you can just turn on the charm and I'm going to fall about like a giggly 17-year-old in a supermarket. Well, wrong time, wrong place, wrong bird. Do you know what I really want, Den? I want you to be honest. Just once, with me, with yourself. Tell me what you were really thinking. Not what you think I want to hear. If you love me, if you need me, if you can't live without me and you want me to come back, just say the words.
I can't do that stuff, you know that.
That's right, because you think it's weak. But you're wrong.
You know I am. I'm Den Watts.
No, take it or leave it. Yeah. Do you know what, Den? You are so predictable. You're pathetic.
Okay.
Okay, what?
I'll talk to you. I'll be honest with you.
All right. You got 5 minutes.
But why didn't you tell me?
I didn't want to worry you.
Didn't want to worry me? I'm your husband. God knows I haven't got many uses, but letting you go through this on your own, didn't want to tell me. What's that say about me, eh?
Oh, and no reflection on you. You're a good man, a good husband.
Yeah, well, I will be from now on. I tell you, I'm going to get you to the best doctors.
I've seen the doctors.
Yes, well, you're going to see some more. What'd you say it was? Kidney? Yeah, right, well, I mean, they can work miracles these days, can't they? It's not like years ago. I'll tell you what, I'll get Sonia to look on the internet. Have you told her? Oh, she'll know all the doctors up the hospital. They'll know what to do.
I've been to the hospital. I've seen all the doctors. They've told me everything.
What sort of treatment's he going to be?
Oh, they'd have to do surgery and some other stuff, maybe. They ain't quite sure.
When'd you go in, then?
Well, it's more complicated than that.
Oh, what, like they've got to do tests and things before the operation?
No, not that.
I tell you what, we've got to build you up, you know, get you on a proper diet, you know, plenty of vegetables and all that. Sonia, she'll know.
Jim?
Yeah, and then what I'll do is, you're going to feel a bit iffy after the operation, so I'll get that single bed from upstairs, put it in the corner there.
I'm not having any treatment.
And that'll save you walking up and down the... What?
I said, I'm not having any treatment.
But I thought you said it was OK, they could operate.
Yes, it's not the doctors, it's me. You see, up at that hospital, all them people, nothing but skin and bones, sitting in their wheelchairs, looking as if the life had been sucked out of them. I mean, they didn't look like real people at all. White-faced, gaunt, on a journey they wish they'd never started.
Oh, Dorothy.
No, listen. And then when I went up for my tests, there was this woman, a few years younger than me, and she was smiling at everybody. She was a proper lady, you could tell that. She had these tiny feet, you know, like a little child's, peeping out from under a blue nightie. Bright red lipstick, cheap wig. That was all she had to hold on to for what was left of her dignity. And she was still smiling. And I remember looking at her and thinking how brave she was. And wondering if I could be as brave as that. And then I got closer. She weren't brave at all. She was smiling out of embarrassment. There was all these people patting her on the head, trying to be cheerful, treating her like a child. Oh, I couldn't bear that, Jim. I just couldn't. I mean, I ain't got much. I know I ain't much to look at, but I still got me pride.
Don't talk like that. I mean, you're ill. We've got to get you better.
It's me time. God's calling me.
Eh? How can you say that?
That's what I believe.
I don't believe you said that. What, you think that you getting cancer is God calling you?
No, you don't understand.
Oh, yes, I do. I understand that you ain't happy without the weight of the world on your shoulders. I mean, being ill ain't enough for you. No, you got to be dying, ain't you? Cancer, that ain't enough. No, you got to be struck down by God.
I am only saying what I think.
Yes, well, think something else. I mean, you've been to the doctors, you're ill, they reckon they can help you. Explain why you won't let
I've
them.
already told you.
No, you haven't. You've told me some story about some old bird in a wheelchair, a lot of mumbo-jumbo about God calling you.
It's me time.
We're living in the middle of the East End. We're knee-deep in murders and rapists. People who belt you over the head for your last £3. Oh, and then there's the saints of the world, aren't you? Them people that feed the starving millions in Africa. And now this God of yours, he ain't going to bother with that lot, is he, eh? No, because he's too busy calling Dorothy Brannan.
Oh, stop shouting at me.
Just trying to get some sense through to
Well,
you.
I'm not listening to you.
No, because you know I'm right.
No, I don't.
It ain't God, so what is it?
Oh, stop it.
Come on, Dorothy, why are you so eager to die?
I ain't.
Are you unhappy?
No.
Is it me?
No.
Then for heaven's sake, what's the matter with you?
I'm frightened. I'm 68 years old. And I'm frightened.
Dorothy.
No. Leave me alone.
This isn't like the other times, Den. I'm tired of fresh starts and broken promises and hope that doesn't go anywhere. I've had enough.
But we're good together.
No, Den, we are not good together. I'm good for you, but it's all one-way traffic. I don't get anything back. All you do is take. It's always about what you want, and everyone else has to fall into line. Well, I've tried. I've tried really hard to get your kids to like me, to make us feel like a family. I mean, they all adore you, with no real reason as far as I can see. But do you wake up every day and thank your lucky stars? No. Because for some reason which I cannot fathom out, you think you've got the God-given right to have people love you, no matter how badly you treat them.
Don't hold back on my account.
Well, somebody's got to tell you the truth.
And what's that?
The world you live in, Den, exists only in your head. And coming back here has just made it worse. Yeah, I've heard them all talk about you. The great Den Watts. But that was 20 years ago. I mean, look at you. You're a 58-year-old man who is so busy living up to everybody else's expectations of you, you're missing out on the things that are important in your life. You're not a husband or a father. You're a figment of your own imagination.
Oh, I've had enough of this. I don't mind talking things through you. All that's happened so far is I've sat there being slated. It's like being pecked to death by a flock of pigeons.
Oh, now we get the Den Watts tantrum.
And can you blame me? I picked up the phone for a chat. Thought maybe we could make up over a bottle of wine, toss a coin to see who was going to cook breakfast. Everyone's going to be happy. Next thing I know, I'm doing 10 rounds with Mike Tyson.
Well, someone has got to stop you making a mess of everything.
And who voted you into that job?
You did, the day you married me.
You've got the hump because I played around. Why can't you just throw furniture like any other normal person?
Because that's what people do when they're angry. And I'm not angry with you, Den. This isn't about me trying to teach you a lesson or work out how we're going to get through this. I don't have to. We're finished. But I care enough about you to stop you throwing the rest of your life away.
And you think that's what I'm going to do?
Yeah. If you don't stop pretending to be Humphrey Bogart and start concentrating on the things that really matter in your life, like your kids, you're going to end up a very sad, very lonely old man.
And you're going to save me from that by leaving me?
I've already left you. This isn't a conversation about me coming back to you. It's about what you're going to do when I've finally gone for good.
Dorothy.
Do you want a cup of tea?
No, I've got one in the other room, actually. No.
I'll make you a fresh one.
People won't blame you for being frightened, you know.
Do you want something to eat?
I mean, you're not going to be on your own, you know. There's people around you love you, you know.
I could make you cheese on toast.
We'll be with you every minute of the day. There's no need to worry, love, I'll tell you.
I better put the milk bottles out.
Yeah, well, we'll have to talk about it, you know.
We already have. My mind's made up.
Oh, so you're going to die, like, and everyone's got to accept it, have they?
It's my life.
No, it's not. It's mine too. And Sonia's and everyone else who cares about you.
You'll get by.
I'll be on my own. All right, so you throw your life away. What am I supposed to do? I'm going to be left here all on my own.
You'll be all right.
Look, I'm not going to leave it like this, you know.
Kettle's boiling.
No, I don't want a cup of tea. You can't just stand here and say you're dying and not do anything about it.
I've explained all this.
No, you haven't.
No, it's my body. And nobody can make me do nothing that I don't want.
Oh, so you want to die, do you?
I just want to be left alone.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Well, I'm sorry, but my mind's made up. Why can't you just let things be like they are? I've accepted it. Why can't you?
No, don't you dare. Don't you dare leave me. You say you're frightened? Well, I'm frightened too. Frightened of losing you, frightened of being on my own. This ain't just about you, you know. I won't let this happen.
You know, I never realised till this very minute.
What?
You love me, don't you?
It's a daft thing to say, isn't it?
Well, I never dared hope, you see. I mean, when we was married, we was very fond. Well, at least I was fond of you, and I thought you felt the same, but that's all. I thought that we was just two people, you know, getting on a bit, you know, who didn't want to be on their own. But it's more than that.
Of course it's more than that. I love you, you dozy mare.
How did it happen?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Well, you could start by saying you felt the same way.
Of course I do. But I've never been very good at showing me feelings. I never was. Even with Charlie. I expect it was the way I was brought up. You had to hold your emotions in check. Didn't do to say anything, not like today, when they say it at the drop of a hat, whether they mean it or not.
Dorothy.
What?
You still haven't said it.
Haven't I?
No.
I thought I had.
No, you've been all round the houses, said everything but.
I love you, Jim Brannan.
And please don't leave me on my own.
You think I don't know how hard it's been for you? I'm not stupid. I'm one of the few people who really knows how your mind works. I mean, the rest of the world may think you don't give a damn, but I know different. I know you felt guilty about your kids. And Sharon told me about Angie.
What about her?
How she drank herself to death. You felt guilty about that too?
No.
Liar.
What's the matter? It's history.
And that's my point. When you got to Spain, you put it all behind you. Buried all the ghosts. Became someone else. Someone I fell in love with. Someone I wanted to be with.
I'm still here.
No, you're not. As soon as we got back here, you slipped back into the old Den Watts, whoever he was.
Well, maybe that bloke in Spain was a liar. This is who I really am.
Well, maybe. That's why I'm leaving you. Because the real problem that we got, Den, the really big problem that we can't get over, is that this Den Watts just isn't my type.
Well, how are you going to find out if you don't stick around?
Oh, Dan. I lived in Spain for years. How many Jack the Lads do you think I met?
A few.
Yeah. Sitting on the beach all day, drinking, watching the ladies go by, moaning about their wives. All diamond geezers. All just like you.
I was never like that.
No. You weren't, not when I met you. Do you remember our first date? We sat on the beach, eating fish and chips, with 2 cans of lemonade. I don't know who dared who, but within half an hour we were skinny dipping in the sea, laughing like kids. And then you dropped me home, do you remember? Barefoot, covered in sand, looking like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. And you uttered the immortal line, I'd like to go to bed with you, but I'm too knackered to do myself justice. I laughed myself to sleep about that one. You're like a breath of fresh air, Den. Where did you go? And that's why I'm leaving you, before I start hating you.
There is another way.
Which is?
We go back to Spain.
Can't do that.
Why not?
Things have changed. You got kids, they need you.
They managed without me before.
Well, that's exactly why you can't do it to them again. You're a family now.
And you're part of that family.
I thought I was.
Yeah, you're right. I have changed. Slipped back into the old routine. But you're the best thing that's happened to this family for a long time.
It's been fun. To be honest, I think I miss the kids more than I miss you.
Oh, cheers.
Pleasure. Cab's gonna be here in a minute.
I could always cancel it.
Nice try.
No cigar, eh? About Kate.
I don't want to hear it, Den.
She didn't mean it.
I really don't want to be having this conversation with you.
What have I got to lose?
Well, go and get the bread knife and I'll show you.
I don't want you to go. What you were saying, you were right about the kids, about us being a family. Maybe I was just too stupid to see it.
And now it's too late.
It doesn't have to be.
Den, take the words dog, old, new and tricks and rearrange it into a sentence.
Give me another chance.
I've given you so many.
One last time.
Why?
Because I love you. You love me.
Den, what do you want me to say? Forgive and forget? Live with a man I barely recognise? Pray to the saint of lost causes? Make do? I can't do that, I'm sorry.
Tell me what you want me to do.
All right. I want you to look me in the eye and tell me that you will change. That things will be different. But you better mean it, Den. You better really mean it, because I will know if you don't. You can't do it, can you? You don't know how.
You've got to give it a chance, you see, Dorothy. I mean, don't have to worry about it. I'll be there with you, all the time, holding your hand.
I don't know if I can.
Well, what chance has a little thing like cancer got against Dorothy Browning, eh? And what you got to do is what our generation do best. Hold her head up high, roll their sleeves up and get on with it. What you don't do is give in.
Well, what if it don't work?
Well, at least we've given it a try, haven't we? And, I know you wanted to be with me.
Of course I do.
Prove it to me, then. Prove it to yourself.
I'm the luckiest woman in the world to have a man like you.
Yeah, well, I do keep trying to tell you.
Now, don't spoil it. I mean, Lord knows you drive me to distraction sometimes. Still, I suppose we've all got our cross to bear.
Yeah. Remember our wedding night?
Yeah, of course I do.
Come on.
Where are we going?
You'll see. Go on.
Goodbye, Den.
All right.
All right, what?
Whatever you want. I'll change.
What do you mean, whatever I want?
Don't push your luck.
This isn't about you doing me a favour.
So what's it about then? Go on, tell me.
Can you change?
I'll try.
That's not what I asked.
Oh, I can't win, can I? I know I've not been the best husband in the world. You said you were happy in Spain, I said we go back there. You said you wanted me to change, and I said I'll try.
You've tried before.
Oh, you're like every woman I've ever met. You don't want husbands, you want poodles. Following you around, wagging their tails, obeying every little simple instruction. Well, not me, not in this life.
This is so difficult for you, isn't it, Den?
Yes, it is. And do you know something? I'm fed up with you telling me what I should or shouldn't be. I'm fed up with the kids crawling all over me, slowing me down. I don't need you, and I don't need them.
Well, as long as you think like that, we haven't got any kind of future.
Fine. In fact, I'll tell you what. You and the kids can stay here and pretend to be the Waltons. Me, I've had enough.
What are you doing?
Packing.
Oh, Den, don't be so stupid.
Oh, it's not stupid, darling. This is probably the brightest thing I've done in years.
Den!
In the hotel, by the window.
What?
You were by the window. We just got married. And you said we shouldn't expect too much. You were talking about that film.
Now, Voyager.
Yeah. Well, do you remember what you said? It was a line from that film.
Betty Davis. She said, don't ask for the moon. We have the stars.
Well, that's us, isn't it, eh? I mean, we're not going to set the world on fire, are we, Dorothy, eh? I mean, it's just you and me, isn't it? That's all we've got. People might say that's not too much in this day and age, but from where I'm standing, it don't seem a bad place to be. Mr. and Mrs. Brand of Albert Square, Walford. Don't know how long we've got left, but at our time of life, every day's a bonus, isn't it? Might be 10 years, might be 20. But every one of them's got to be precious, isn't it? It's worth holding on to.
You've gone all soppy on me, Jim.
Stay with me, Dorothy. Don't leave me on my own. Because you know what'll happen if you do, don't you?
What?
Well, I'll go to the pot, won't I? I'll be in the pub all hours of the day and night. I'll come home singing, waking up the neighbours. Mind you, on the other hand, I could be quite a catch for someone. All those merry widows down the bingo, you know, they'd be queuing up, wouldn't they, to feed me, tempting me with their dumplings.
Have you finished?
Well, depends, doesn't it?
On what?
On whether you're coming to the doctors with me in the morning.
Well, I suppose someone's got to keep you on the straight and narrow. Keep an eye on you.
Come here.
Oh, what about the neighbours?
They can find their own bird.
And you think this is the answer, do you, Den? Running away again?
Yeah, why not? And do you know something? You're right. I'm 58 years of age, stuck on 18.
And you're happy that way, are you?
No, I'm not. I never have been and probably never will be. But the last thing I need is people telling me that I'm a lousy husband and father. Do you know why? Because I already know. And there's nothing you can say to me that I haven't lain awake at night thinking about. Some people have the luxury of getting over their mistakes. Me, I'm surrounded by them. So the last thing I need is people telling me where I went wrong. Do you know why? Because I've already been there.
Den, I'm trying to help.
What, by giving me grief?
No, by trying to help you work out what it is you really want.
Well, when I do work it out, I'll let you know.
Den!
Change of plan, mate. Find me an airport.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Well, cutting my losses. You said you didn't want to go to Spain. I might as well go on my own. Probably do me the world of good.
No, you're just being pig-headed.
Yeah. And you know something? It feels great.
Den, don't do this.
Well, you said you wanted time to get your head sorted. Well, congratulations. Take as long as you like.
No, I'm not going to be here when you get back.
Who says I'm coming back?
Den! Den!
Murders in less than 6 hours. Both victims died in police custody. Who could kill so sadistically and why?
Messiah in half an hour on BBC One. And up next, more furry tales from 10